guys, Ashley here from GlowBody Personal Training. You're not gonna believe it. I've actually made it to 41 weeks. This is absolutely nuts. So my shirt hardly even covers any maternity shorts anymore. I gotta tug them all down. But 41 weeks officially here, and I have a stress test today. So pending that nothing is wrong with baby, that there's no medical indication I need an induction, just going to keep putting it off as long as possible and wait till baby comes naturally. I've got another stress test coming up in 72 hours. So again, just hoping and praying that everything's fine with baby, because I really don't want to be induced and have to go through even more pain that's caused by Pitocin and the domino effect of drugs that often come along with an induction. So I just want to give you guys an update on that, since a lot of you guys are asking. And I want to talk to you about my plans to belly bind postpartum. So I'm going to be using a Benkung belly bind. They're absolutely beautiful. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's this gorgeous cloth. Let's roll it all out. So I love the colors. I'm going to show you up close. A little bit hippie, crunchy granola. Definitely my style. Super long. You can see one size fits all on these. You can order them on Etsy, Mother Natural. There's several websites out there. I thought this was just the prettiest fabric in the world, and it's actually a gift from my doula. So I'm super excited to try it out this time. So a little bit about belly binding and why I'm so pumped to do it. All right, Benkung belly binding. This is from the Malaysian culture. Ladies usually traditionally in that culture start at 4 days postpartum as long as they have a vaginal delivery. If they end up having a C-section, definitely need to wait 2 weeks before you can do any sort of belly binding. The reason is because you have that incision down there. You want to make sure that it has time to seep out any fluids and just heal properly without getting infected. So getting air to that incision is very important for the first 2 weeks if you do have a C-section. Otherwise, if you have a normal, natural vaginal delivery, you can do it as soon as 24 hours after birth, which is what I plan on doing, and has been done many years now. It's just traditional that the Malay women, they wait 4 days postpartum. So I wanted to let you know about when they start it. Other cultures have been doing this too. It's an ancient tradition, pretty much. The Americans are, I'd say, the last to catch on. So other cultures that do it are Hispanic cultures. They call it faja. The sarashi is what the Japanese women do. And essentially it's just a long piece of cloth. It can be whatever color you want, just like I showed you. This one happens to be really pretty, so I can wear it under a cardigan or underneath a jean jacket. I think it'll just be adorable. But otherwise, it's just a big long piece of cloth that's clean, natural woven, and it'll be tied over my tummy, which I'll show you in part 2 of belly binding after I have baby, and my doula is here to show us how to do that. So why would I go with a belly bind versus something like the Belly Bandit or a corset or a brace you could buy at Target? The reason I decided this would be the best way to go is because it's going to go all the way from my rib cage and then go all the way down to my hips. Things like the Belly Bandit, they more focus on your torso area, and you're really missing out on the whole purpose behind belly binding. So the purpose is to get everything back to your pre-pregnancy state. While you're pregnant, you produce a hormone. It's called relaxin. When you have relaxin in you on overdrive, your connective tissues just get really loose. Things start to stretch out, including your rib cage, your hips, and your pelvis. Everything stretches out just a little bit in order to allow you to carry and deliver a baby safely. As soon as you're not pregnant anymore, your relaxin level hormone starts to go back down. So you want to take advantage of that as soon as possible postpartum while it's still slightly elevated. So the theory behind belly binding is that if you wrap and cause some pressure all the way from rib cage, all the way down hips, pelvis area, we can bring everything back together sooner by taking advantage of that relaxin hormone. This is especially good technique for women who have a cesarean section or ladies that have diastasis recti. So diastasis recti is common in women who have multiple pregnancies. So if you have twins, triplets in there, it's common in ladies over 35, and also when you have had a series of pregnancies. For example, this is my number 2, so I would fall into that category now and more vulnerable to get diastasis recti. It can also happen just by poor posture or getting up improperly, doing crunches while you're pregnant, which we definitely avoided in all of our videos after first trimester. No more crunching to prevent diastasis recti. So I feel that I've done everything to prevent it, but you still never know. A lot of women get it, and it's simply the separation of your transverse abdominals, because that connective tissue is loose and baby is just pushing out so much, pushing on your organs, that you get some separation in that abdominal wall. Belly binding is supposed to help you tighten those muscles and bring them back together so that your muscles can heal, your body can heal before you start to strengthen them, before we start our 12-week postpartum plan. So I'll be using a belly bind in my first 4 weeks. What I really hope to get out of it this time is that it will help with getting rid of excess fluid retention. I think it's totally normal just to have a lot of fluids in there that have been there. You can feel the smushy parts of your stomach, right? It's just extra fluid that's there to protect baby that after you have a baby, you no longer need. So that will speed up the getting rid of excess water. It'll also speed up your postpartum bleeding. So it doesn't mean you're going to bleed any less. It's not what I'm saying, ladies. This just means it's going to get rid of all that blood a little bit faster. So it makes everybody's life a lot more enjoyable to get rid of that nastiness sooner the better. It will also help shrink your uterus back down to its pre-pregnancy size a little bit sooner. Naturally though, that should happen within 4 to 8 weeks. You should be back down your uterus to its pre-pregnancy size. So that's not really the main reason I'm doing it. Another great benefit of this is that it provides support for your spine to realign. A lot of us have changed our alignment for the worse while we're pregnant, a little bit hunching over. Perhaps we're getting, our pelvis is coming back a little bit just because belly is hanging down in the front. I know I'm vulnerable for that. Whereas we need to learn to tuck in our pelvis, that's proper alignment, and engage our abs. So while our muscles are healing, we'll have this belly bind on there so that we can basically learn again what our ab muscles should feel like, just tightening them, tightening in the core. This is just going to help us focus on regaining our muscular strength in a safe way, not doing any type of abdominal work or any type of crunching or any move like that during those first 4 weeks postpartum. Just isolated contraction, just feeling your good posture, tightening up straight, tucking your pelvis when you're standing up, ensuring your shoulders are nice and aligned, your feet are facing forward, focusing on that body posture. Those are my main reasons of trying out the belly binding this time. I'm really excited about it. I don't feel that this is a solution on its own. This is not going to give you flat, gorgeous abs on its own. So don't get that misconception. Don't let anybody sell you that this is the sell-all, because it's not. But I do think that it can be a beneficial aspect of the healing process, and I'm really excited to try it out this pregnancy. Last caveat. This is not a long-term solution, okay? So after 4 to 6 weeks postpartum, you don't need to keep wearing the belly bind. At that point, I firmly believe that it's going to sacrifice forcing you to use your own abdominal muscles to do things that you are healthy and able to do at that point. So if you're still wearing your belly bind at 6 weeks, 7 weeks postpartum, and it provides the support for you for sitting up straight or standing up straight, when really you should be using your own core at that point, as long as you haven't had a C-section, to provide that support, then you're creating a dependence basically on your belly bind. So we don't want to create that dependence. This is not a long-term use. This is just short-term, after your postpartum, after your delivery, to get your organs back together, get everything stabilized again, but definitely not long-term. I don't want to create a dependence on this where your abs are weak because you're so dependent on your belly bind. So that's why I chose to use the Benkung belly bind. I don't get any money at all from this. Again, it's just an experiment for me. There is definitely a lack of medical research out there. I searched journal articles up and down and haven't found a lot of, that this is definitely good or not good at all, but it definitely seems that the benefits are pointing in the positive direction, enough so much that I'm convinced that it is a good thing. especially since the Mayo Clinic supports it for ladies with diastasis recti. I know that it can't be an unhealthy thing for me to do. Definitely be sure though that you talk about this with your healthcare professional and that you never bind too tightly. We don't need any varicose veins popping up if it's so tight, or any constriction of your blood circulation. Instead, this should promote blood circulation. It shouldn't completely restrict it. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and click below to subscribe. Bye guys.